Hello and welcome everyone. The long awaited seed planting video is here. Sunflower seeds. Now we have two varieties. Seeds for little gardeners. These are giant sunflowers, and some dwarf variety called Pacino. Now there's 15 seeds in the dwarf variety and it says approximately 30 seeds in the giant sunflowers. So what I think I'll do is put the giant sunflower seeds in these little grey pots, which I've already prepared with a mixture of compost and cocoa coir in all of them. And there's another part to the video. What I will do is repot the pumpkin plants and the cucumbers and the melons, which all need repotting, up into larger pots. So to start with, we'll do the little gardeners giant sunflowers. Now what I'm going to do is put the seeds into the pots, spray with water and then put vermiculite over the top, and then spray the vermiculite with water also. So here we have the giant sunflowers. Now it says 15 seeds and it looks like there's 20-ish. So what I'll do is put a sprinkle in each of the grey pots. Say 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, there's 6 in there. Maybe 6 in each one. Okay, so there's 7 in that one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 in that one, and we still have some left over. So I'll squeeze a few more in. What I will do is, when they start to sprout, I will transfer them each into their own individual pots and then eventually plant them outside. It does say that they can be planted as late as May. So we're on the edge. It is 31st of May today. I'm sure these will grow really fast in here. The temperature, by the way, is 18 degrees and 50% humidity. It is quite late in the evening. It was warmer in here earlier, about 25 degrees Celsius. Apologies, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but you could convert it. Okay, so we've got about 8 to 9 seeds in each pot. So the grey ones are the giant sunflowers, and the dwarf ones, which presumably there's more, will go in these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pots. They're in another packet. I imagine these seeds are smaller. Yes, and they haven't got the stripes down. I'll show you the difference. Giant sunflowers, dwarf variety. Okay, so there doesn't look like 30 seeds in there, although it says there is. But what I'll do anyway is just even them out and perhaps start with 3 in each pot. Yeah, I think that's about right. Maybe 4 in some of them. I hope these all germinate, otherwise a waste of space. Okay, yeah, so there's 3 in each pot and 1 that doesn't look too great. Well, that pot's missing, so we'll move that one aside for the moment. So and that one. I can use those for something else. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so about 3 in each one. What I'll do now is spray them with water. The mixture of cocoa coir and compost is moist, but not quite moist enough, so I am spraying them. Just move that one across. Okay, so now vermiculite. I'll use a scoop for this, because my hand's wet. Just about 2 centimetres maybe, that should be enough. A bit more in that one. Okay, shake them about just to level off all the vermiculite. A bit more in that one. Okay, now to spray again with water. What I will do is come back later and spray them again, and obviously keep the vermiculite moist. Okay, that'll do for now. Just move these aside for a moment. This is a large tray which has sphagnum moss in it, and if any plants need watering, I just put them in here and they can soak up the water from the bottom, and the sphagnum moss helps keep it moist as well. It's actually in a big pile at the moment, but I do occasionally spread it out and then make a little hole, put the plant pot in, and it keeps the humidity high. Okay, so now we have pumpkin plant at the back. Now I probably will be putting this pumpkin plant outside because I believe they do grow quite big and it will be too big for this greenhouse. So we have the pumpkin plant, a feminised cucumber. I presume it's one that doesn't have the male flowers, so that one. Another F1 female cucumber. Now with the cucumbers I will be keeping them in here because they do better in greenhouses. Another cucumber. In here is a melon and another melon. So I think the melons could do with larger pots. You see this one's very small and it's already started to flower. I don't quite know what's going on with this one. Feels dry. It's a honey bun hybrid. And this one is also a melon, which is Ogun variety. Now we'll try this one first. I'll just check the roots to see what they look like. Oh yeah, you see the bottom of the pot, the roots coming through the bottom, so it is pot bound, it does need repotting. What I think I'll do is use the large pot, yeah, definitely. Use the largest pot for this one. Now, I'll use the same mixture that I used for the sunflowers, which is a mixture of cocoa coir and compost, which I have down here. Now the cocoa coir helps keep the moisture in, and obviously the compost will be for nutrition, but this is only a temporary thing. I'll just loosen the roots on the bottom. So that they can spread out. Okay, so that's in. Just knock the dry stuff off the top. Put some more cocoa coir and compost mixture in. I will be watering these later, but I won't do it now, I'll just repot. Okay, so largest pot, smallest plant. I know that doesn't make sense, but I think that this one needs the extra root space. That's why it's so small and starting to flower, I believe. Again, I will water these later. Okay, so 1 melon, and the variety is Honeyborn Hybrid. Okay, and we'll put that there. Next one will be melon Ogun variety. So we see what the roots are like on this one. Again, roots coming out of the bottom of the pot, so yes, it does need repotting. Very wet. Yes, does need repotting, root bound. So what we'll do now is next largest pot is this one. No, that I will leave that one for something else. I'll use one of these. Cocoa coir and compost mixture in the bottom, about half full, maybe a third. Melon plant. We'll loosen up the bottom of the roots again, just so that they can spread about. Now this is very wet, I might not water this one. Okay, in. More mixture on the top and around the sides. Ooh, tangled. Just firm it down gently. Okay, number 2 done, and the label, of course, is here. Ogun variety melon. That can go here, but not on that shelf. So I'll put it just here for the moment. Actually, don't need that. It's in a tray. Okay, next one we will have cucumber in this pot. Press it down, firm it down gently, about a third full. You don't want to put too much compost in the bottom because you don't want the top of this plant pot going too high, because when you water it, the water will overflow over the sides. So let's check what the roots are like. Again, pot bound, slight kind of. Some dark roots on there, getting too much water. Let's just move this over, turn it upside down. In we go. Okay, some mixture around the sides. Again, I won't be watering this one, it looks wet enough. The moisture from the rootstock will penetrate the mixture that I've just put in, although I will keep an eye on them. Okay, cucumber F1. That can go in somewhere dry actually. And the same with the melon. Put that up the top actually. Okay, another cucumber. I guess this will be the same. Yes, wet, really wet. A slightly larger pot. Oh, this is dripping wet, this one. More mixture around the sides. Again, this one's going to have to dry out, it's way too wet. And that one can go in this little saucer as a drip tray and up the top. Okay, next one. Again, I'm guessing this one's really wet, roots coming out of the bottom of the pot. Not as dark, so it hasn't got any root rot. Some soil at the bottom, about a third. Gently press it down. Oh, it's too much, that is. Let's take some out. Okay, so about a quarter of the pot for this one. Now I'll probably have to repot these quite soon again, until I can find some larger pots to put them in, and then finally keep them in the larger pots. Bit down that edge. Bit more in there. Okay. Okay, that can go in this drip tray here. And again up the top. Whoa. Just being careful that it doesn't snap as it's dropping. There you go. Okay, lastly we have the pumpkin, which is Jilby Little. I can feel that this is saturated as well. And we'll have the, see how much mixture we've got left. Not a lot, but it'll do. Okay, let's see what pot we can put this in. Let's try the tray. Now this is just a plastic container with holes in, but again that will do for now. There on the bottom. Absolutely soaked. Spread the roots out. Now I've grown cucumbers before in what you may know as cat litter trays, obviously new ones, which are similar shape to this, you know, low and wide, and they do well, they do fine in them. So the shape of the pot doesn't really matter, as long as I've got enough root space. Okay, so we'll put the last of the compost and coir mix, and I might have to use some sphagnum moss for now, because I do not have enough mixture left. I'll just show you the sphagnum moss. Now this is absolutely wringing wet, so what I'll do is I'll squeeze it out. Put it in. Now this is just a temporary measure. I will be buying some more compost, or I may get some earth from out of the garden and use that. That's absolutely fine, as long as it hasn't got too much clay in it. You may have to amend it, mix some compost with it or coir. Okay, so that should do for now. Pumpkin plant, that can go, I'll just put it in here for a moment. Okay, thank you for watching, hope to see you soon, bye.